Louisville Community Bail Fund just put up $100,000. Quintez Brown out of jail.
He's the man accused of trying to shoot mayoral candidate Craig Greenberg on Monday at his campaign office.
WDRB's Breon Martin has been talking with jail officials about Brown's release and those behind posting the bail. Breon.
Members of that bail fund have been downtown for a few hours now, and just moments ago they posted that bond for Quintez Brown, who was arrested on Monday after police said he used a handgun to fire shots into Greenberg's campaign office in Butchertown. Police still don't know why, but say Brown appears to have done this alone. In court, Brown's attorney said he has serious mental issues. Louisville Community Bail Fund organizers say, with that in mind, it's imperative that he gets out of jail to address his mental issues.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get the door. Get the door. Get the door.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
No comment. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Somebody help me down the steps. Get him in the car.
Happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, when Jesus washed all our sins away. Oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day.
What? What you expected? What you thought? They was just gonna let him rot in jail? No, you knew. I knew. I told you they were going to bail him out. The only thing that I'm shocked by is that they actually recorded the bank giving somebody the check to go bail him out.
Part of the conditions on the law of the bond, Mr. Brown to have no further violations of the law, no contact with village victims, not to be on the property of the victim's residence. Once this is posted, HRP, no contact with employees and campaign staff, no contact with place of violation, no contact with the victim's residence. Okay, any violations of those, along with not making the future court dates, could cause the bond money to be forfeited. The bond money will be tied up with the case for the duration of the case. You and only you will be able to get this back once the case is killed. Depending on whether it closes here in district or circle is where we will go with the receipt you'll receive at the end of this transaction and get your money back.
And look, I don't care about any of these excuses. Mental health, parental background, bullied in school, nobody understands him. Oh my God, I'm so shocked. I know him and his family. This is all something I could never understand.
This would alter anybody else's mind. This has nothing to do with just him. This has to do with the overall system in place. What I am concerned about specifically for Quintez is that he absolutely has the resources that he needs, and he has a bulk of support waiting on him to gather these resources and people standing by in the wing ready to take him.
I don't care. Throw out any of the excuses you want. I don't care that their own Twitter account, BLM Louisville, is trying to sound all snarky and trying to mention all these things and saying, wait for the evidence, and oh, you don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. How about we wait for the facts to come out? Which is an honorable thing to say. My issue is, I don't know why we're starting this now when it could have been something years ago. My only thing that I want everybody to understand from my sexy chocolate lips is I do not want to hear the excuse that this was to prove a point. I don't want BLM to make that point. I don't want Quintez to make that point. I don't want his family and friends to make that point. I don't want the damn Democrat he tried to shoot to make that point, because that's the dumbest fucking point ever. You mean to tell me that of all the issues that you want to deal with, all the issues you want to tackle, in your mind, the logical explanation to help carry out the change is to bring a gun to some office in some meeting and try to shoot somebody? And in that rigmarole of you not knowing how to shoot somebody, they're supposed to say, oh my goodness, I've had a change of heart. I understand what the issues are in society. Nobody is supposed to deal with what I've dealt with, and now's the time. And that person who tried to shoot you is just supposed to walk scot-free? No, he belongs in prison with Big Tyrone, Mark Henry, and Boo Boo the Fool, because fools think like that and fools execute shit like that. And you know, I always wondered how a dumb person thinks, because what in your mind makes you believe that a person who tried to shoot another human being is worthy of being bailed out of jail simply because you feel as though mental health is not a serious issue when somebody is locked up for a criminal activity that they committed? Secondly, how could you say that without really acknowledging the potential victims and the families of those victims? It's easy to sit there and say, oh, this person committed this act because of this issue, mental health, and because he felt a certain way. How are you going to sit there and act as if there wouldn't have been victims in that? How are you going to speak as if, oh, these people shouldn't feel this way about him because of this, because mental health is a factor, and you shouldn't be making fun, you shouldn't be demonizing, you shouldn't be hoping this person is locked in jail, in prison, and getting pounded by Big Tyrone, all because he has mental health issues? Well, for those types of people that think like that, I have something I want to read to you. Our criminal justice system is clearly broken. It is nearly impossible to believe that someone can attempt murder on Monday and walk out of jail on Wednesday. If someone is struggling with mental illness and is in custody, they should be evaluated and treated in custody. We must work together to fix this system. Sadly, like others who've suffered from a broken system, my team and family have been traumatized again by this news. That said, I trust LMPD to carry out this investigation properly so that the individual responsible for trying to kill me will be prosecuted appropriately. Regardless of what leads someone to commit a violent crime, there must be consequences. Gun violence is unacceptable under any circumstances for any reason anywhere. To many families in our city that live in fear due to the constant threat of gun violence, we must all work together to fix this system so it works for everyone and is focused on preventing violent crime from happening. I will remain focused on the urgent work to make Louisville safer, reduce senseless gun violence, and combat the root causes of crime, and I will lead the effort to invest more in mental health resources in all of our neighborhoods and especially in our jails. And the person who said all that was Craig Greenberg, the same person Quintez Brown tried to shoot. You want to know why he said that? Because he, like everybody else, is confused as to how somebody could just walk into a building in an office with a group of people in it and open fire on them and get arrested and get bailed out by a bunch of dumbasses who think BLM is fighting for the cause of all the poor African American males who get locked in jail unjustifiably, even though they walk into a room and try to shoot somebody. And the reason why that excuse in particular is so dumb, and I hope nobody tries to make that argument, is because why do you have to resort to hurting somebody to prove a point? Why does one have to fake a hate crime in order to prove that there's racial tension in society? Why would a teenager, 20-year-old, college student, high school graduate, whatever this dumb bitch was, try to set a bathroom on fire to try to prove that there's a racial disparity going on in the building she works at or lives at? Why does one have to resort to faking something instead of using all the real instances of actual violence to try to say, hey, we got a problem and here's all the people you have that don't get spoken about. Here are them to speak on it now. Please deal with this problem. I don't have to see 10 different people try to fake something in order to prove a point. You have actual people who suffer. And when you don't talk about the actual people and you broadcast all these fake dumbasses and you broadcast all the people who want to put on stunts, you are ruining the credibility of people who actually suffer. And while I've mentioned this before, and I think it's a good way to end this video, if the excuse for Quintez is going to be mental health, and all you people are going to cry about mental health issues now that it's a black person opening fire on some people, you gotta keep that same consistency for all the past white school shooters and the future white school shooters, because that mental health excuse is an excuse and it shouldn't be a pass for anybody harming another human being. But since you want to play that game, at least do the gratitude of keeping it consistent. Okay? Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.